guys, what up? Total Control 871. This place was just jumping and packed with people like crazy. It just now cleared out, so hopefully there'll be a little bit of peace and quiet to give a new vlog update on everything that's been happening. Alright, I don't feel good, and not to mention it's getting kind of late, and I don't want the video to be too long because I have to be able to upload it. Anyway, in the wake of everything that has happened, I have had a conference with my public defender, with the Jewish Family Services, prosecutes a sexually disabled man, me. I don't know, maybe that's why I've been putting this thing off. It's just hard talking about it, you know. Anyway, what was to have been the 8th of this month, August the 8th, there was to have been a trial. I wanted to give you guys an update before the 8th, but I just really wasn't emotionally up to it at that point. I still don't feel like I'm emotionally up to it. Anyway, that trial has been kicked down to October the 26th, I believe it is. It is just simply the next cog to slip into place or out of place, whatever your perspective. That will play an integral part in my suicide. Now, what this means is, the 30th of this month was to have been my first payment on the fines. The fines are about $220, something like that. Now, those fines have been stayed pending appeal. And I guess that's the next part of this update that I'll tell you about. I have filed paperwork for an indigency appeal because I'm poor. Those transcripts, like I say, they can cost $300 or $500, man. The whole system is geared and rigged for people with money, you know. I couldn't afford the lawyer, and let's just be blunt here. I don't lose these cases because I am wrong. I lose because I don't have legal representation. Drivers of motor vehicles get legal representation because the law sees the loss of their license as some, you know, earth-shattering event in their life. If I'm not mistaken, the day of my trial with Judge Rosenberger, he handed out a number of finger-wagging lectures to young people, you know, fucking up their lives with marijuana and all this shit. And one guy, he gives the finger-wagging lecture, you know, something about he wasn't going to give them points. So he cut all these drivers, you know, that are either high or drunk and shit. He cut all these people breaks. He cut them breaks. And he tells them that, you know, I'm going to keep your driving privileges intact, you know. Remember, this is somebody that gets high, you know, on pot and drives a car. But he's going to keep their driving privileges intact. Why? Because he tells them, you need that. You need that to go to work and to, you know, without your car, you won't be able to live your life. I'm living proof that that is not the reality. Anyway, my point is that I'm waiting to hear on the indigency appeal. The fines have been stayed. They're going to stay the fines pending the appeal. Like I say, what I'm so upset about in that trial is that 90% of my questions were all hinged on the law. You know, if there's anything that I learned from Judge Switzer, was that you can't go inside of a courtroom armed with only righteous indignation. You have to have the law. And the grievous crime that was committed here was that Judge Rosenberger literally moved the goalpost. Just completely moved the goalpost, changed the rules of the game, changed the rules of engagement. The way in which he spoke in that trial, you know, when he wanted video played, when he didn't want it played, this was a man, it was very obvious that he had a lot of foreknowledge of the evidence. This man deliberated on this. I went in convicted. Just as I said I was going to go in convicted, that's exactly what happened. But yeah, my questions were all predicated on the law. I wanted to read the law aloud, go line by line through that law. You know, Officer Devlin, Sergeant Purr, please tell me, where does it say in the law, right side of the lane, gutter, curb? Do any of these words appear in Title 39, 414? And of course, Judge Rosenberger knows the answer to that question, that it's no. It's only as far to the right as practicable. And practicable means that it's a, you need to make a decision, you know. And we see that as ratified by Polzo v. Essex. But the judge feels that cyclists should not be allowed to make a learned decision for their own safety. He wants cyclists to ride next to the curb, and even though Officer Devlin said, sworn testimony, that not all of the vehicles could safely pass me. You know, the massive dump truck in that vehicle, you know, Officer Devlin, is that vehicle able, am I able to lane share with that vehicle? And of course the answer is no. You know, but of course when challenged, why does the state of New Jersey tell a cyclist to utilize lane control? And of course Judge Rosenberger is right there to jump to the police department's defense and move the goalpost. So anyway, so I'm waiting. Again, I will not be paying these fines. Alright, so let me see if I can wrap this thing up. Jewish Family Service. So yeah, apparently it is being reported to me that Lisa WITCOWSKI apparently is no longer, I don't know if she's, I don't think she's with the agency Jewish Family Services any longer. I don't know if she was fired. I don't know if she quit. I don't know. I don't know the details of her departure. But this was the woman that was willing to play the role of victim for Atlantic City Police. Okay, and remember now, this was all done because Atlantic City Police felt that I needed to be unlawfully prosecuted. Atlantic City Police, they took action without knowing all the facts. They didn't know that I had been abused by Aaron Bowes. Or maybe they did know because I explained it in my video. They just simply had contempt for that explanation, I suppose. They rebuked that explanation. They are of the belief that when you are privileged, that you should be allowed to abuse minorities, abuse the disabled, and that that abuse should go without consequence. So yeah, so Aaron Bowes not wanting to play the role of victim, Lisa WITCOWSKI, a woman that signed all these complaints and gave all these written statements, is now just simply, after having destroyed my life, she now just simply walks away, shrugging her shoulders. Oh well, so what? This is Jewish Family Services. This is Lisa WITCOWSKI. They get to destroy lives without consequence. So I'm still confused as to how we're even going to have a trial. Your make-pretend victim has skipped town, or I don't know if she actually left the area or not, but you know, she's and of course the charge, it's been downgraded from terroristic threats to disorderly conduct. There is no disorderly conduct. I have a right to blow the whistle. It's just, once again, you know, you're poor, you're black, you're homeless. You don't get to have the victim status that a privileged white person does. They get to be victim, not you. You're a wild, out of control, black nigger. And you need to be crucified for being that black nigger. I don't know. Maybe they also subscribe to my bus driver buddy's ideology, that it's all my fault, that I didn't try hard enough, that I'm just not good enough, and for not being good enough, I'm all at fault for that. Anyway, I don't like thinking about the trial. It's very hard. Let me wrap this up. Jewish Family Services new trial date, October 26th. Honestly, I get the strange creeping feeling that it's going to get kicked down the road yet again. I forget if I made that video in either November or December, but I have suspected for a very long time now that Jewish Family Services has known for a very long time that there is no actual charge here, that I am not guilty of anything, and that what they are trying to do is to play the role of victim for as long as they can so that they can run the clock. So just like I'm playing beat the clock, they're running the clock of their own sort. A civil action. They need for 2 years to go by. Once 2 years goes by, I won't be able to bring civil action against them for the abuse that they have done to me, for the indictment. So that's the clock that they're running right now. So even though it's October 26th, the new trial date, I'm almost certain they're going to kick that again down the road. I wouldn't even be surprised that once the 2-year clock has come and gone, that all of a sudden they're just going to be like, prosecution dismisses charges. I wouldn't be surprised. Or then again, they might just simply go through with the trial to see, you know, they're that mean, they are that cruel, that after my sexual abuse, unlawful imprisonment, and everything of subsequent that came from that, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they just simply went ahead with this unmerciful, malicious prosecution. Oh yeah, so let's see, what else? A couple days ago, I came across a person. This is a person that has connections to heroin, and it was very difficult for me to ask them. What was so difficult about it was that they're not a drug dealer. They are a person who is in recovery, in and out of recovery. And even though I have a number of, well, never mind that, but the point is that I asked them how I could get a hold of some carfentanil, you know, the most lethal and potent form of it. Um, it's not as easy as you think. You guys might think that I'm bullshitting when I say that I'm disabled. I am not. Yes, I can get on that bike and ride it for hours at a time, but dude, walking is a fucking death march. I know of neighborhoods where, I could go and make inquiries. I don't know these people, slang, their lingo. I got the strangest feeling that you don't go into these places saying, excuse me, I would like some carfentanil. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes. So it's kind of why I need a liaison. I need a liaison to help me secure this stuff. The Black Rider, you guys know what the Black Rider looks like. I can't ride that bike into those neighborhoods. It looks like a fucking cop bike. I'll either scare all the dealers away from me or I'll end up getting shot, one or the other. So yeah, that's why I need a liaison. Like I say, right now everything it's on the indigency appeal, getting approved for it. If I can get it, then I stand another chance. I stand another chance at living. And if I am denied, well then suicide will be my only option. It's just that simple. I'm not going to pay, and I'm not going to jail. I'm done being a victim. I'm done being traumatized. And this mind doesn't have any more room for that, so we all make our choices in life, and I've made mine. I really don't care if it just simply goes down as mental illness. You people create your own reality anyway. Alright, so that's it. That's the update. So that's what's going on. Total Control 871.